How many of you watching remember Danger Room in Marvel Future Fight? This is going to blow your mind. So I had this discussion yesterday, and I thought, my opinion was, people didn't like Danger Room. That was what I thought was the truth. I was like, people just didn't like Danger Room, and that's why they got rid of the game mode. So then I posted a poll, and I tagged people, and I was like, hey, why don't you tell me what you think of Danger Room? And this was, I mean, the poll is only like, you know, whatever, 15 hours old, or but 18 hours, like it's not even 24 hours old. But as you can see here, ignore the other emojis, there's an overwhelming majority that said that they did like Danger Room. Yeah, like double, basically, almost double, whatever, double, liked Danger Room compared to not liking Danger Room. And so that got me thinking, what the hell happened to Danger Room? Now, I thought I knew what happened to Danger Room, but I actually went back. I actually scrolled all the way back on my channel to 2 years ago. And right around the time, February, where Danger Room was taken down, there's no video. There's no clickbait title. There's no shocked Cynicalex face. Oh my God, it's over. There's no crying. There's no like big drama, whatever, reaction. And I was like, that's weird. That doesn't seem very Cynicalex-y. That's kind of strange. So I looked into the patch notes. And it was in the patch notes, and that's it. That's it. Now, I'm not going to play the video, like, this is just my patch note reaction, but basically, I watched it already, and I was just as confused at the time, because the wording was really weird. Danger Room beta test over. This was happening, right? This happened back in February 2022, right? February 2nd. This was right around the time where they released Infinity Ultron as a new World Boss Legend. This is where they released the old Adam Warlock uniform, and they gave him Tier 3, and he was really strong for a time in PvP. This is when Emma Frost was still really strong in PvP because she just got her Hellfire uniform, her Hellfire Gala uniform. This was right after the Eternals, and this was right after they introduced artifacts, just to give you guys a bit of context as to where we were in the game's history. It's not that long ago, right? It's about 2 years ago. But it's just very bizarre because even like if you go back and watch this video that I'm talking about here, even in this video, I was like, I think they're shutting down Danger Room, but I'm not sure because the wording is so bizarre, right? Danger Room beta test is over. And then they're like, they want to thank agents for their participation. The Danger Room beta test will be over after the February update, and related contents and challenges will be modified. The final season of Danger Room. There were certain things that made it seem like it was ending, but why not just say you're ending it? It's so weird. It's so weird. So then I did even more digging. Not to say that like there's some sort of secret conspiracy about Danger Room. There's no conspiracy, guys. They did actually shut down the game mode 2 years ago. But this was actually what the game mode used to look like. This was during the APK. I was playing with, you know, Beast Mode, Forgo, all these other APK enjoyers. Remember when there was energy that you would collect, and the energy would give you these special power-ups that were unique to each character, and you weren't playing with your build of the character, but you were playing with the number one character's build, and the screen looked like this, the character select screen, and you could only choose from those characters. This is the original. This is crazy. This is the original Danger Room from 4 years ago. This is September 2019. This is like 4.5 years ago. This is crazy. So the game mode actually changed a lot since its inception, because that's what it looked like before, right? And this looks pretty brutal, even by today's standards. But this is what it looked like much more recently, right? So just a year later, they improved it already. They called it DRX, Danger Room Extreme. And you had different rankings up to Vibranium. You had the daily entry, the daily victory reward. You had shield support stuff. And now, instead of using set characters, you could use your own characters, right? This is, well, okay, this video doesn't really go into the rest of the details on DRX, but that was the big change, is that they added they added a bunch of new rewards. They actually made the rewards good, and they allowed you to use your own characters. And then from that point on, Danger Room, I mean, okay, here's the issue. Danger Room was good, and you still had the unique buffs, right? But the problem with Danger Room is that instead of being this, okay, and pay attention here because it's 100, right? It's 100 and 100, and it originally took, if you take a look here, like you start the clock, right? When you start the clock here with this first team, it's 5 minutes, and it took us the entire time. We didn't even kill the boss, right? We didn't even get that close. We lost, but we didn't even get that close. That was 5 minutes of continuous gameplay. That might have been too much, but this is what Danger Room had devolved into shortly before it expired. You basically just surround the boss like you're going to gangbang them, and then you do gangbang them, and then if you do it properly, you kill the boss. And if you don't do it properly, as you see here, you don't kill the boss and you lose. We actually ended up... I don't actually remember what happens in this one, but you can see a stark difference, right? You can see a stark contrast in the gameplay. This is a 20 or 19-second clip, and honestly, that was a bit too long. It really should have been genuinely a one-shot. It genuinely should have taken 10 seconds or less. And this is, again, this is June 2021. So this is less than a year after the changes to Danger Room Extreme, and this is less than a year before it would be shut down. I looked pretty happy in the clip. I had freakishly long hair, but I looked pretty happy in the clip. I thought I was having fun. I don't know. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but like, was Danger Room good? I don't understand. I don't know. Was Danger Room good? And then here's the thing. I know people are going to... Some people are going to get rosy-eyed for sure. And they're going to be like, yeah, Danger Room was amazing. Danger Room for sure had problems. The main problem was that the gameplay devolved into one-shotting. That was the first issue. And the second issue was this, is that you would spend more time, much more time, right? There you go. I've already spent more time queuing up than I did in my previous match. My previous match lasted 19 seconds, and now I'm going to queue up for who knows how long. In this case, I think it's actually 39 seconds, which is not too bad. But anything over like a minute and a half, 90 seconds is just way too long, right? Because you can't do anything while you're waiting. If you could do other things, if you could queue up for Danger Room Extreme and then go play World Boss or go do something else, or if they even had like a mini game here where you were, you know, like Star-Lord, you were dodging rocks or something, that's fine, right? But the fact that you had to just sit on the screen for ages, that's probably what killed the game mode. And as much as I want to be rosy-eyed or nostalgic about Danger Room Extreme and be like, oh man, I wish they would bring this game mode back. I know there's probably some of you watching this video right now who would be like, man, they should bring Danger Room back. Alex is right. That's not what I'm saying. Because the sad truth is, this video wasn't very good and it got 38,000 views a couple of years ago. The game since then has lost, who knows, maybe 50% of its player base. Like, it's lost a considerable amount of players, 20%, 30%, like, it's lost players. So if you thought this was bad before, I have some bad news for you. It would be, I can almost guarantee without a doubt, it would be 10 times worse. You would be queuing up for 5 minutes. And I wasn't even at the top of the rankings. So I'm sure that the players who are at the top of the rankings would have to wait even longer than that with the old system. So I think that the worst part of Danger Room would only be worse now. It would only be like even worse and even more of a problem now, you know, with the state of the game. And that's unfortunate. That's absolutely unfortunate. Could they fix that by adding in bots or something like that? Yeah, they probably could, but maybe that would be kind of cringe. I don't know. They would also have to improve the rewards massively, which I don't know if they're up to doing. But yeah, this is what Danger Room turned into, and this is a far cry, I have to say, from this shit, right? Look at how bad this was. I mean, this was kind of cool to see this here, but like, look at how basic and barren this looks compared to this. This looks sick, and you're scrolling through your own characters, and you're seeing the percentages of choice for each character. Like, this is nice, bro. You got filters and stuff. Like, this was nice, man. This was nice. This is getting me kind of hype, right? So yeah, that's kind of the shit that happened with Danger Room. You had the ranking, whatever, and you had the score and stuff, and yeah. Basically, what they would have to change at this point, I already mentioned the wait times, I already mentioned the rewards, but then they would also have to make it much harder, right? Because we were one-shotting this shit 2 years ago, before swords came out, before artifacts were really OP, and obviously before tier 4s, which completely blew the socks off the game, before team-up collections, right? Nowadays, if they were to introduce Danger Room without any changes, One-shotting, like, it wouldn't even be one-shotting. It would be beyond one-shotting. It would be like one skill. You would just press one button, and boom, you would just rip the boss's guts out. So yeah, they would have to change a lot. But I don't know. Maybe bringing Danger Room back wouldn't be the craziest idea if they could solve these issues. Again, assuming they could solve these issues, I do want to be kind of, what's the word? Hopeful about the game mode, because maybe I was wrong, right? You go back to the Discord thing. Maybe I was wrong. You guys are telling me I was wrong, so maybe I was completely wrong and people did like Danger Room, and I was just misremembering things. The last thing I want to leave you guys with as far as Danger Room goes is kind of depressing, so I apologize to leave it here, but in terms of the chronology of things, this is the last thing that happened. So, of course, the last thing that happened is this, where they shut it down, but just a couple of months prior, they released this survey in December of 2021. So again, the timeline here, this is just 2 months. This is actually less, right? Because this is the 24th of December. This is basically like 5 weeks. 5 weeks before they shut down Danger Room. So you're probably looking at the smoking gun here. If you're looking for what killed Danger Room, this is it. I probably should have put this at the beginning of the video because it would have been more like dun dun dun. But yeah, looking back on this now, this is probably what killed Danger Room. Was whatever the results of this survey were. That the devs looked at the results and said, like, this is crap. We got to just get rid of this. So, of course, the first one was, do you play Danger Room? Which is fairly straightforward. And I assume, I said, see, this is the thing. This is so weird. I said no at the time. I said that I didn't play Danger Room. But then, of course, 6 months prior, I was playing Danger Room. So, I don't know what happened in those 6 months. I don't know how jaded I got. But I guess I wasn't playing. I don't know. And then choose the reasons you don't play Danger Room. And I assume it's, choose the reasons you do play Danger Room. And there would be different things here. Like I had an enjoyable experience when winning with other players. Whatever, similar, choices. But obviously flipped to being positive versus negative. And then it just goes on. The reasons why you don't enjoy playing, or reasons why you don't play Danger Room. And then it goes on to say the improvements you'd like to see with Danger Room. And I just wonder... did they not like the results of the survey? Were the results telling them that they needed to make changes and they didn't want to make changes? Like, I don't know. The only thing that, see, this is the thing, right? Given the fact that they had Danger Room, that they had made so many improvements to it in such a short time, and that they were doing a survey about it, it kind of boggles my mind that 5 weeks after this survey, they just killed the game mode. So I guess my logical conclusion was, okay, they the game mode because people didn't like it. People didn't play it. I don't know. Maybe the question shouldn't have been, do you like Danger Room? But did you play Danger Room? Because maybe the people that are answering I like Danger Room didn't actually play it. And maybe that's the bigger issue. And frankly, you could apply that logic to content in the game right now. There could be content in the game that you like that could be on the chopping block soon, because people just don't play it. And that's kind of the scariest thought of them all, because there's some game modes that I don't play, but I don't necessarily want to see them disappear. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that to put the entire onus on the player. Like, you have to grind the game 24/7 or they'll kill a game mode. Obviously a lot of the, most of the onus, frankly, goes on the devs for, not improving these game modes fast enough and not getting feedback sooner, right? Why wait? Why release Danger Room for 4 years and wait 4 years before a survey, right? Giving someone a survey on their deathbed is tantamount to pointless. It's completely pointless, right? It's tantamount to like a useless, meaningless lip service. So, yeah, it is a shame to see. It was a nice kind of walk down memory lane. It was also a bit of a jarring reality check, because I guess I don't remember. Well, I obviously don't remember Danger Room for what it actually was. But I do really want to hear from you guys. Was I wrong about Danger Room? Was it really fun? Did a lot of people play it? Was its death completely, like, did it catch you completely by surprise, or was it something you saw coming? And would you want to see them bring Danger Room back? I mean, it looks cool here, man. It's in 2x speed, so it looks pretty drugged up. But like, this screen looks sick, man. Damn. Maybe Danger Room was kind of lit. Who knows? Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button. It helps with the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.